immigration. Told the old man, you're now a prohibited immigrant. Listen, sire, the time expire. We would like to know where you really want. He said, all them Tobago girl. Tick, tick, tick like a new sponge ball. Them from Mason Hall. Easy at all, pretty as a doll. Me, I love them sweet Tobago girl. West, north and south, I have seen women all about, but they cannot compare with these you have done here. When they walk in, background shaking, pretty teeth and eyes that just seem to glow. What they eating, what they drinking, how them looking, so I would like to know. Like a Kaiser ball, borrows you could call, or ring Interpol, me ain't going at all, cause I love them sweet Tobago girl. Take your own two hands to shape Tobago man. So much beauty all around me. This place has my heart controlling my head. Deportation is no solution. Give me permission to stay till I'm dead. All them Tobago girls, nice and wrong like a just to give them all, cause I love them sweet Tobago girl. Will you incarcerate a man with honor, rebel intention? Your country is pure bliss for a polygamist. Oh, what rapture, the thrill of capture. Robinson Crusoe was the smartest man. I see hope here, this is utopia. Perfectly ideal, try and understand. All them Tobago girl, trim with vim, which is so vital. Anytime they call, if I have to crawl like a old football, I'm rolling straight to my Tobago girl.
Good evening, Tobago. Good evening, Trinidad. And good evening to those of you all the way out in the diaspora. Welcome to Live with JB Season 3, Episode 15. All yeah. Let's see where I climb that ladder. Little by little, we get in there. I just want to wish everybody a special good evening. And remember, this evening show is all about Ahwee sweet Bago handcraft with love. Yeah? So I know last week was Mother's Day and we didn't have a show. So I still want to take this time to wish all the mothers and mothers to be on Live with JB a very special happy Mother's Day. I hope you all had a really good time, a safe time, and you all were really loved and appreciated by your family, children, and loved ones. I also want to extend Happy Mother's Day. Well, a special Happy Mother's Day to the directors of Live with JB, also the sponsors of Live with JB, Miss Lyons and Miss Arlene. Happy Mother's Day. I know it's late, but happy Mother's Day to the both of you all. And without Live with JB sponsors, I don't know, we not have no show, so we have to acknowledge them and we have to appreciate them and we have to big them up because we reached season 3, episode 15, not by myself, not by ourselves, but with the help of them as well and all their hard work. So big up to Live with JB directors, man, and sponsors. So, oh, so let me tell you something. I see this evening, I'll hear my throat. As one of my directors say, I swallow a frog. So I'll hear my throat. No, man, corona. It's just my throat. Okay, it's just my throat. But we battling this thing together this evening. And no matter what, the weather is rainy out there. I might hear it falling all kind of thing for it loud. But no matter what, we want to have a sweet show this evening because this evening I come to real sweet talk all day because we didn't have a show last week, so I need a little forgive us. Yeah, so this evening we're not only going on. Listen to me. Some of the special goodies we have in store for all you on Live with JB here. Here now, we have some goodies to bring forth to all you. And here what now? All you have some goodies to get to. Yes, all you gonna get some sweet goodies this evening on Live with JB. But you would have to stay on to find out who are the special persons to get these goodies. Miss Elliot, I want to believe it's an allergy to cats. I want to believe it could probably be that if it's an allergy. 'Cause I'm not allergic to anything else, but yeah. So Miss Selma, good evening. Miss Elliot, Miss Maria, Miss Selma. Who else? Where is Miss Sharon and Miss Cheryl and my Uncle Fred, Mr. Wizard of Oz? Where the crew? I'm a want to see the crew. Where the crew them there? And the rock and come in, man. And let's share up the live. I don't know how the thing does go. So those of you all who were watching Live with JB last week, I didn't remember I asked her to share the live, and the lucky person will win themselves a very special gift. Now, that gift is supposed to be given on last week's show, but since we didn't have a show, listen to me. I'm sorry to break it to all you, but nobody won. Why nobody won? I saw a lot of people telling me, JB, I shared the live 14 times. I shared the live 8 times. And after when I went to Facebook looking at all these shares, I'm not seeing it. So it only made me to understand that the reason why it wasn't shared is because you all probably think you all shared it, but you all didn't do the correct thing. So what I have decided to do, all I know, all a girl graduated from Bootcamp Institute 29 certificates. So I decided to put some of my studies into action and make to you all a tutorial video just to show all you how to share the live. So Miss Selma, Miss Elliot, Miss Maria, everybody else are about to learn how to share the live because I want all to share the live. So taking this tutorial here, and I hope it's help all you. Take it in.
Okay guys, so I'm doing a tutorial video to show to you all how to share the live when it is requested. Share the live, right? When I ask you all to share the live. Now, I know most of you all could be a little bit relatable to Miss Lyons. Miss Lyons always would say to me, you know, I'm a dinosaur to social media. It means that she don't know how to do a lot of stuff on social media. So she call herself a dinosaur. So I know there are a lot of Miss Lions out there. So I've decided for my viewers to do a tutorial video to show them how to share live. Now, let's pretend this is the live video here that we are looking at, and I'm saying you'll share the live and stuff like that. All you'll have to do, look at the bottom to your left, you'll see an arrow and it marks share. All you have to do is click on that arrow and share. You're going to see 3 options: write a post, copy a link, or share to the group. All you have to do is click on write a post, and immediately at the bottom to your right, you're seeing post. Just post it. You see it, Facebook notify you it was posted. Also, you can click that same arrow with share on it at the bottom, and you could share to a group where you're seeing share to group. You find the groups that you are a part of in Tobago, Trinidad, or any group, and you click share. You share the video in that group, so other persons would be able to view it, right? Also, when you click the arrow that has share, you scroll up and you see persons that you can send it via the inbox. So I'm going to click a few persons so that you all would understand. So I'm sending it to 1 person, 2 person, 3 person. So you saw it say send, send, send. That means I shared the live to all these persons. So all you have to do while you're watching the live, hear it going on, and you will hear me share the live, share the live. All you have to do is go down to at the bottom of your screen to the left, and you're going to see share with an arrow. Just click that, and hey, let's get the sharing going on. So I hope that this tutorial was a bit beneficial for those of you all who are also dinosaurs like Miss Lions, so that you all would understand, right? So I love you all, and have yourself an awesome day today. Mwah.
All right, guys. So I hope that short tutorial would help you all to be able to understand what it means to share the live. I see Miss Maria says she just shared it, and after the live, I'm going to check to see who else shared it. So you all share up the live and let the thing start, because here now we want Trinidad, we want Tobago, and we want to wake up all of them in the diaspora. We want to sound the alarm and let them know it's real sweetness about to take place here in our wee little Bago. You understand? Song the alarm for me earlier. Another song in the alarm by what? Sharing the life. My Uncle Fred, I see that you are on. Your knees not too well, but we pushed in together. We in this together. So it's nice to have you all this evening. And all you know, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this thing here, what we must do, must go into our safety message. You understand? And I want to just take this moment to advise each and every one of you all to please remember, keep it to the front of your mind that we are still in a continued pandemic. It's not over. COVID is not gone. COVID is still here amongst us. And we ought to be very careful. You understand? Wash your hand, wear your mask, watch your distance, take care of your families, live young people who are home. I see school open back today. I ran in town to get something in the drugstore. On my way back home, I seeing people, normal persons, street vendors, come out cussing and running school children home. I'm like, what is happening here? If you all see the big circle it had, if you see the big circle it had in front of the port, they want to gang up on each other. Hello. And these school children going out there, they want to fight, they want to do make all kind of mischief. Then they're going home to their family. They don't know who have COVID, who have these signs, who have these symptoms. They go out there and they carry it home to innocent family. Nevertheless, so I'm just going to be on points. Please be careful, young people. Wear their masks, wash all their hands, watch all the distance. So this evening, I can't do too much talking. All you hear me talk, I'm talking bad enough. So, we're going to go into let me jump into some big old sweetness. So, for reveal number 1, here now. Reveal number 1, Ganan. Yeah. Are you ready for reveal number 1? Some real sweetness about to take place up in here. I'll thank my lion. let's see this reveal here. I'm overexcited, and I know one of my directors, just one of them, will be real excited too. So let me bring out reveal number one for this evening. Hi, good
Hi.
evening, Miss
Hi. Good
Carolina. How are
evening.
you?
I'm good.
Carlina. It's
Yes.
Carlina, is it right?
Yes.
Nice. How are
Yes.
you, darling? But
Oh,
you
I'm
come up with me with all
fine.
this sweetness here this evening for we.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
And I
You know
watch
how we
now.
do it.
I see my director backstage only smile and the other one will smile, one wouldn't.
Oh, I
One
wonder
just be
why.
telling me too much sweet, too much sweet. The other one be like, yeah, let's try this. Let's do
Uh,
this.
okay. Don't worry. We have something for everybody.
Nice.
Have
So
something.
Kalina, tell the viewers the story behind Tonchi. Is Tonchi chocolates? Did
Country
I pronounce
chocolate.
it?
Yes, country
Nice.
chocolate.
Pick up me. Tell us the story behind this amazing product.
All right. Well, we started how country chocolates actually came about. Um, we actually started making chocolates, the bars, in 2018. But before that,
Oh,
um, chocolate was part of, the traditional chocolate
right.
was always a part of our heritage, and my heritage. And just so that the viewers would know, I'm originally from Dominica, right? So I born and grow
Okay.
in Dominica, but I'm an honorary Tobagonian, right? So I just have to
Nice.
make sure that we know that, right?
Don't worry, I from Trinidad, so it's Bago we love.
That's right.
Bago does bring out the
And
best in we.
yes, yes, definitely. And so one evening, the story is like this. One evening, my husband and I, we were roasting some cocoa, on
Mm-hmm.
the coal pot, right? So that's how we
What?
do it, roast it on the coal pot and so on. And while we were roasting it, and we were chatting with one another, and the idea hit us like, okay, so why not take this thing further? Why not make the chocolate bars? And I said, okay. And seeing that I have that science background, I went into research, and I just took it from there. And the both of us, we put our heads together and we just took off with chocolates, And the name Tonji, um, in 2017, we had a loss, a tragic loss. Our second son passed, and he really loved chocolate. So to remember him in that way and to commemorate him, we
Oh,
named the chocolates after him.
oh.
But chocolate making is a passion. Doing craft chocolates. I could go on and on, but let me don't take over your show.
Nah, man, it's good. But I hear you just make what Gonians just call chocolate tea. Tell us about that product as well.
Right. Okay. So the Tobago drinking chocolate
Right.
is we try to encapsule the traditional taste of what we call cocoa tea, what is
Uh,
chocolate is cocoa. Um, there's a difference, between hot chocolate and hot cocoa. So it's not we say traditionally cocoa tea, but it is cocoa, right?
mm-hmm.
And not not cocoa, sorry, chocolate, hot chocolate, and not hot cocoa, because hot cocoa would be like the powder, right? So right. So we try to encapsulate that traditional taste. So we wanted to make a product that is easy for the consumer, where they wouldn't have to grate anything, they wouldn't have to strain anything. It's just to throw it in the pot in the hot water, especially the foreigners and so on who know nothing about the spice and what
Yeah, nah,
spice
yeah,
food
nah.
and so.
And
We
you put
put
the spice.
everything inside of there.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. We put everything in there so that all they have to do is just to melt it out, add their milk or their vegan milk or whatever, and their little to taste
Yes.
and the inside. Yeah. So
Lush.
that is
That is
how the bagel drinking chocolate came about.
nice. Trust me, that's one drink that is lush. I love my hot cocoa chocolate tea. Trust me. When I see them selling, but I'm going and specifically look for Tunche
Yes.
on.
Yes.
When I look for it. So tell the audience, Kalina, where um where does make your chocolate? You have a factory, open a factory yet? Tell me.
No, no, darling. Listen, this thing, how we do our chocolate, we do it on a small scale. So I do it from home, right? So
Right.
our our setup is very small because it's what we call in the chocolate world craft chocolate.
Right.
Okay, so it is done not for the industrial scale, but as a craft because we do different types of chocolate on
Mm-hmm.
small quantities,
Okay.
right? So we do it right from home here, right from home.
Nice.
But
So
it's a lovely experience.
tell the audience, I'm gonna tell you something, yeah. You really trust me. That I sure you're making that with plenty love in it.
Yes, yes, and it takes time. Now, if I have to explain the
And
process to you,
dedication. And dedication, yeah.
yeah, if I have to explain the process to you, I would normally get my beans from two main farmers here in Tobago. I get my beans from. If
Okay.
not, I would probably sometimes the farmers I don't get it from them. I might get by the cocoa in the pod, and then we
What?
take it home and ferment it. That is what they call a long time they call sweating the cocoa. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you ferment the cocoa to develop the flavor of the cocoa. Then that
Mm-hmm.
cocoa have to go in the sun and dry for several days. Then we
Wow.
roast the cocoa in the coal pot,
It's real
like we
organic.
saw, as you saw in the image there, right
Yeah.
on that open flame. So we do that coal pot roast, and then we have to shell the cocoa, which is another piece of work. And when we start a batch of chocolate, it takes 72 hours before that chocolate is ready. Yes, it takes a
Wow.
lot of time.
See,
So
that's
sometimes
that is
somebody might
special
want
like
chocolate
that.
today for tomorrow. Yeah,
Wow.
somebody might call who don't know. They say, I want some chocolate. I could get it tomorrow. I said, no, darling, it doesn't work like that. We
Wow.
need at least 5 days. If you want a special chocolate or so and we don't have it on hand, it takes us up to 5 days to get your chocolate ready.
Wow. That's nice. So they okay. I'm not sure what is the feedback. Um, I must say, first of all, I have to go back a little bit and say it's really a nice thing that you're doing in the way in which you choose to honor your son. You understand?
Yeah.
That trust me, kudos to you and that. That is really, really amazing.
Thank you.
Um, so could you tell us before you go, Carlina, how
Mhm.
how could those in Trinidad, Tobago, and even those in the diaspora, how they could communicate with you, connect with you to get their
Tonje
tun,
chocolates.
tunji. Oh,
Yes.
that's
Well,
tunji.
currently we are available at RT Morset in Mount Pleasant, RT Morset Supermarket. You could get
Mm-hmm.
all our products there. Those who are traveling, they could
Mm-hmm.
also get it at the duty free shop, Gone Bananas, in the airport. When on their way out, they could pick up our chocolates there. Currently, we're not in Trinidad just yet, but we do have Trinidad customers who would
Okay.
call, put in their order, and then would send it to them in Trinidad.
Nice. So could you give some information like phone number and stuff so they could
Right.
communicate with you?
Sure. 331 9180. 331 9180. And they could also email us at DASTYLES
Mm-hmm.
limited LIMITED at gmail.com.
Nice, lovely. I must say, you're really making Tobago proud with what it is you're doing, and it's an amazing thing. But I'm definitely going to look for that cocoa to make my tea.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
going to try it. Definitely. I love it. Could with
yeah.
some now
And
with this
we
tea.
we love getting feedback from our customers, you
Nice.
know. And for those who out there who say, "Oh Lord, I can't eat chocolate because I'm diabetic,"
Yeah.
yeah,
Tell
we make
them.
diabetic chocolates too, right? So on
Yeah.
special
Miss
orders, we do
Elliot.
special orders. We make chocolate with different type of sugars to
Oh,
suit the
okay.
clients.
So
So
you
we
make
make
chocolate
chocolate with
please.
coconut sugar,
Mhm.
yes, with
To
coconut
please
sugar
the
instead of the
customer.
regular sugar, right?
Wow.
And you could get a varying type of chocolate. Some people like it really dark, right? So
Wow.
you could order what you like according to your taste.
And you would just make it for them.
We
Make
make
it
to
come alive.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
I like
so it
that.
depends on what the person wants. Some people want chocolate with inclusions in there, with nuts, with dried fruit, whatever.
Yeah.
You tell us what you want, and we will make a batch for you.
So I just want to say congratulations to you and your husband for
Thank you.
staying committed to such an amazing, idea to to make this alive, to make it come alive. So big up you all, big up
Thank
yourself.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Can't wait to get in touch with your faith. So, and also, thank you for keeping Ahwee Tobago
Yes,
tradition
yes.
alive and well.
I'm looking forward to listening to more about chocolate and Tobago's history in chocolate, which we know Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago has the one of the world's, or I should say, falls in the category of the world's best cocoa. So
Well,
if you take the best things, yeah, and
you
you
could,
could treat them with love,
mhm.
yes,
You can continue listening after you come off because we have
yes,
our walking encyclopedia, Doctor of History, Dr. Rita Pemberton, who would give us a little history on it as well, so you would hear more on it.
yes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All
Yes,
right. You're welcome, and it's a pleasure to have you on. And I cannot wait to see what next you come out with. You
yes.
know?
Stay tuned for that.
So, all right,
All right.
definitely. All right.
Okay. Take care and thanks for having me.
All right, Kalina. Have a
And
good evening.
bye.
All right, guys. So, let's see. At the as well, sweetness. You come out here this evening and big up Kalina. You understand? Keeping the Bago tradition alive and well. And that's what we're talking about. I didn't know Bago have all the sweetness, eh? I didn't know that. So we're gonna jump. We ain't sticking this evening at all. This evening we're gonna jump right into reveal number two. Are you ready for reveal number two? Before I get into reveal number two, I just want to say a special good evening to the viewers who now joining Miss Bago Jojo. Special good evening to you all the way in Maryland. Um, I saw Randy. Randy Boxaba, good evening. Miss Diane Charles, good evening. Woo! Miss Anella. Oh, it's nice to have you. Tell Mr. Wayne, good evening. Plenty love from Trinidad all the way over there to you all. Right, so we're going to go right into reveal number three and reveal number two. And reveal number two is Tobago, Tum Tum, sugar, spice, and everything nice. You understand? From sweet and sassy Shanice, or should I say Shanice? You understand? So before we bring out Shanice, check it out. Well, let's see why. Let's say Shanice. So, with no further ado, let me bring out the queen herself. Hello, Shanice. Good
Hi,
evening.
good
Welcome to Live with
evening.
Davy.
Good evening, and thanks for having me.
It is indeed a pleasure with all our sweetness to get up in there. We need you on here in this little rainy weather we have in Tobago right now. So, Shanice, tell the audience where you're from, where you're born and grow.
Okay, I was born right here in Tobago, and
Okay.
I grew up in Orange Hill, and I currently reside at Signal Hill.
Okay, big up Orange Hill and Signal Hill. Good things coming out of
Yes,
those places. You
yes.
understand? So tell me, what made you decide to start making this special sweets?
Okay, so I would have been exposed to this type of confectionery through someone who is close to me as a mother. Her name is Beverly Black Williams. She's the one
Okay.
who I would have learned to make these stuff from. I also used to sell for her at the airport, the ANR Robinson Airport. She has a
Okay.
stall there. When I started school in 2014, the nursing program in Trinidad, I
Mm-hmm.
actually used to take these goodies to Trinidad. Everybody used to ask about it, and I said, you know what?
Okay.
I'm going to start selling this. So when I come up on weekends and I go down, I used to go down with my bag heavy. They know that always Saint Tobagonians like to carry bags. So I
Yeah.
lived up to that name. I always had bags full of red mango fudge, everything. I had it. So I started, that's where my journey actually starts in this confectionery field.
Wow, you are a real big entrepreneur to your heart, Shanice. And easy. No, I know your name is not Shanice, but here and everything nice. I
Yes,
must
I don't
say,
mind.
yeah. Should I say this now? If it's one thing I must say kudos to you, one of the first thing that really catch my eyes is the way, not just the way, but the unique way in which you choose to do your packaging. You understand? It's
Yes,
like a eye catcher, like it's just like a variety of stuff. It's just in this packet. You understand? So tell us,
yes.
how did you come about to decide, well, this is how different or how unique I'm going to present my product? How you was able to figure that out, girl?
Okay. Well, actually, I'm undergoing a training program with the US Embassy right now. In addition to
Okay.
that, my husband, he always pushes me to do better. Oh, do yourself, Shanice. You
Ah,
know your standards. So I
yes.
always look for the next best thing. So it's something
Wow.
that I really wanted. I had a battle within my mind, trying to position myself differently, just
Mm-hmm.
moving away from the plastic bags a little. I wanted to kind of put Tobago's indigenous sweets out there on a more
So, yeah.
international level, the look, the quality, everything must be positioned differently. So that was actually my drive. The program I'm doing with the US Embassy also, we have
Mm-hmm.
training, and that was one of the main things. The question that they constantly ask us is, what makes you unique? Why
Right.
you? So why choose Tom Tums? And I had to separate myself from everybody else that is doing these indigenous sweets. And I targeted my packaging and my
Mm-hmm.
branding. So that's what drive me to use that type of packaging.
Yeah, and you're doing it in such a real unique outstanding
Yes.
way. You understand? So
Thank
big up to
you.
your husband too for being such a positive cheerleader, train you
Yes.
on to go and do your best and be your best at what you do. Because that
Always.
was one of the eye catchers. Like, I have never seen these sweets packaged like this. It's just like, just give me a bag of this or just give me a bag of that. 'Cause you have a variety of stuff in it.
Yes.
We don't have to
Yes.
choose and pick. But so tell us where the name Tum Tums came from.
So Tom Tums is actually my second son's nickname.
Oh, another son. Oh, that's so
Yes.
sweet.
So our family believe
Wow.
in building legacies
Yeah,
for our
that's
children. We have three sons.
that.
So Farouk has his Farouk's Minimat, that's in Signal Hill.
What?
It's our
What you
production
said?
space as well. And Tom Tom has
Okay.
his fudge. So we're working
Wow.
on Jordan. I mean, it's all for them,
Yeah.
But yes, the
Yeah.
name came from my second son, which is that's his nickname, Tom Tom.
Wow. That is really, really amazing. Trust me. So tell the audience what. So, but wait. Before we go into that next question, I hear something a birdie whispered to me earlier today, and boss I file I could be wrong. Sometimes we just get wrong news. So I hear something about a nurse. Are you a nurse?
Yes, I am. I'm a nursing
What?
assistant.
What? Okay. Yes, a nurse assistant in Scarborough.
Yes, at the Scarborough General
Scarborough
Hospital.
Hospital.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Some one of my directors here mentioned it, but it passed me. Man, I hear that at all. But as we talking about, man, easy at all.
Yes.
So tell the audience in these nice packages. I was trying to find a picture to pull up, but I'll just probably play the video after when you're leaving. In these
Okay.
nice packages, what are some of the, indigenous sweets that you have in those packages?
Okay. So we have from the Beneballs to the ginger infused nut cake.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest, the favorites, the ginger nut cake, the
Yeah.
tulum, red mango, pawpaw balls, sugar cake, um, farine, red cherries, so all the indigenous
What?
sweets.
Red
Yes,
cherry.
all
I love
the
I love my red cherries. Ah. I love it,
yes.
man. So it just basically a variety of sweets that you would get in that package.
Yes. We have a
Where are
mixed pack where you have the fudge, the sugar cake, the bene, and the nut cake. So it's like a grab and go. The Trinis love that because
yeah.
always have to carry back something for somebody. So they just grab that pack and they go. They have the four different items in it.
Right. So do you do deliveries to Trinidad, right?
Yes, we also have a distributor in Trinidad. That's Party
Well,
Paradise in Gulf City
hello.
Mall.
Big up
Yes.
you. Nice, man. I love it. I love it.
Yes. We have a
Okay.
lot of Trinidad clients. So we use some of them shop through Shop Caribe, and
Mm-hmm.
others we do TT Post delivery. But
Good,
we
because
will
I'm
get to
looking for.
Trinidad in a bigger way soon. That's our aim.
I have a brother who tunes into the show, and every time I'm going to Trinidad or if I'm telling him I'm coming, it's like, bring me some of those sweets. I'm not carrying nothing for him. He'll go in Gulf City and buy it.
Great.
Yeah, he
Yes.
will go and be one of your customers there. I'm gonna let him know as the show is over. Not bother
Yes.
me again. You're getting it right over there. So tell the audience how they could get in contact with you to get their Tum Tum Street.
Okay. So Tom Tom's local confectionaries can be picked up nationwide across Tobago, from the corner stores to the supermarkets, Penny Savers, Viewport,
Mhm. Oh, it's
RT, Moorside, Buku Corner stores, First
check
Stop
you.
Minimart, Farouk's Minimart. There's a number of
Nice.
yes locations that you can pick it up. Our main distributing point is Farouk's Minimart. That's in Signal Hill, just outside Signal Hill Comprehensive. So
Oh.
they can come and they can also buy it in wholesale from there. We can be reached through our website,
Mm-hmm.
also Shop Caribe for our international and Caribbean customers, and through TomTom's LC on Facebook and TomTom's Local Confectionaries on Instagram.
Penny Savers is my spot, so I definitely gonna be looking for it there. For sure,
Yes.
for sure. I saw someone ask if you have any mangoes.
Yes, we have mangoes.
Selma, yes, I do have mangoes. Um, so tell us before you go, what I want to know is which is your three top seller?
Okay, so they're fighting.
Oh God,
Because one
relics.
week, yes, one week when one on top, it changes.
Other one fall
So
down.
okay, but I would say yes because everybody really have their specialty. So one minute the ginger nut cake leading, then the mix back come in and pass it back. Then you had the red mango right behind. Then you had the tulum all of a sudden in the race. So it's a race with all of
The-
them. Yes,
Nice.
yes.
So I was like, I guess as they say, everybody have their own taste. So people just going for what they
Yes,
what they
yes,
want and what they like.
yes.
Nice. So Miss Shanice, just want to say congratulations to you. And congratulations to you for even listening and taking heed and taking the encouragement from your husband to hey, believe in yourself. Let me do this thing, jump out, do it to the best of your ability. Because here what? Full 100 for where I am concerned, and that, trust me. I
Yes,
was
thank
I
you.
was well moved. I was like, this girl is unique, one of a kind. What is this? Yeah, I was really impressed. I was really impressed by it. So congratulations to you, big up you, and I hope you find that line of business for your other son.
Yes,
And I
yes, it's
can't
in the
wait.
making.
Honestly, you're not resting at all. You
It's
didn't
in
make
the
it already,
making.
but I
Yes,
can't
it's in
wait.
the
I
making.
cannot wait. I cannot.
It's gonna be an expansion of this same business. So we're gonna have partners. They are gonna be partners for the Tom Tom's
Yes.
local confectionery factory. That is.
Miss Alina, Miss Lyons, are you listening? 'Cause we had to bring back Shanice on the show. You know, we need to get the level up of this. So, Shanice, so tell me one thing. Well, just not right. How you just find the time because you're a nurse, right? How you just
I know
find
it
the
was
time to be
coming.
an entrepreneur? How you just find that time? I want to know.
I really know it was coming. I know that question was coming.
I had to
I
get it
don't know.
before I let you go.
To be honest, it's something I question myself every day about, and I'm telling you, it's nothing but the grace of God because I don't
Wow.
know how I do it either. Being a
Hmm.
full time mommy, a
I'm not
wife,
gonna say
a
and quality.
nurse, and an entrepreneur, and
Exactly.
a student because I'm also doing a BSc in nursing. So I'm also a student. So, yes, it's
Wow.
the grace of God, I'm telling
It,
you.
it really had to be the grace of God because I don't think I could focus on all those things. I go crazy. Be like, what?
Yes, yes,
A bit
yes.
overwhelmed. Not everybody could do that. So it's definitely not just the grace of God, but a gift that you have that could make you be able to deal with that. Because some other person be like, hell no, that's too much. I
Too
done. Not this
much.
one, another one.
Too much.
So
Yes. He gives
that's
me
just
a
your
spirit of
yeah.
calm that I'm
Yep.
able to control everything. And I'm not stressed, never stressed.
You
So
see?
it's indeed the grace of God.
Exactly. Love it. So, Ms. Shanice, thank you so much for taking the time off to come on live with JB to share about Tum Tums. And guys, we
Yes.
need to go out and look and find, and we need to put everybody on top. We're not giving them no turn. Everybody gonna be the top seller. So, Shanice, thank you
Yes.
so much. And
Thank you
also,
for
I want to
having
say
me.
it's indeed a pleasure, and I love that idea that you have also given where you all naming the business after your kids. Big congratulations to you all, man. That's what we're talking
Thank
about.
you. Yes.
Because you mentioned about, passing on the family legacy. I like that.
Yes.
Because somewhere along the line it being lost.
That's true.
Yeah. So thank you, Han, and can't wait to see
Thank you for
the
having me.
extension. I can't wait to see the extension of this
Yes,
business.
don't worry. You remember the name.
Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you.
hon. Have a good evening.
Same to you.
All right. Well, Alia, big up Bago. Yeah, we bigging up Bago for sure, for sure, for sure. Honestly, the kind of talent we have here, we have young entrepreneur who just listen to me, the blaze and the trail in Tobago. Yeah, big things are going in Bago. Bago little, but there's big things are going in Little Tobago. But let me just take the time off before I go into reveal number three. Just want to say a special, special good evening to the viewers who just tuned in. Akim Prince, good evening to you. Miss Judy Rajman, good evening to you as well. Miss Debbie Rajman, big up to the Rajmans family. Good evening, Miss Joanne Brown, Miss Donna Springer, Miss Lisa Arthur Lavelle. How are you, my darling? A special good evening to you as well. Those of you who just tuning in, welcome to Live with JB. So, honestly, all that sweetness are going here. Before I go into reveal number three, earlier, we have a real juicy, tasty ad. We have Cali Street Barbecue! May the 27th, 2022 at 11 a.m. You all remember Cali Street where I got my beautiful JB Just Bloom cake? Well, package, nice, tasty. Huh, I ate too much of that cake, matter of fact. Anyway, let's not talk about that. So this is the same Cali Street who is having a barbecue in Trinidad. So those of you all who in Trinidad, feel free, support the thing. You understand? Take a screenshot of the flyer. Contact Cali's. Y'all could get chicken for 45, fish for 50, lamb for 60. The sides are fried rice, fresh salad, noodles, mashed potato. All you gotta do is call 689-5299. Make all the orders today. Buy all the ticket, get all the ticket there. Make sure they're inside. So Trinidad, Miss Annette, Miss Elliot, Randy, where the Trinidad crew, all they organize and get all their barbecue by Cali Street in Trinidad. So for further information, let me just remove the cross so you can screenshot it. Oh, thank God I removed the thing because I'm seeing complimentary drink and a slice of cake or sweet bread. Well, here now, Miss Lance, I go in Trinidad, yes? Maybe what? I need to go to Trinidad. This is a still of a deal, you know. What Cali Street is real sweetness up in this place. So you all organize all yourself. I will post the flyer on my page after, so you all will remember. Hit that up. Are we working in Encyclopedia, Dr. Rita? Organize yourself, baby. We inside. Right? What did I do? Oh. All right, guys. So we're going to dive right into reveal number 3 for this evening. And reveal number 3 is Mackenzie and Son, Bago Kitchen Craft Masters. Understand? We're going into some real serious talent now. Well, not some real serious talent now, some more serious talent right here in Tobago. All right, all ready for reveal number 3? Let me do the tag now, man. Let's bring on hi Atiba. Where your daddy
Hi,
go?
how are you?
Your daddy was just here, but like he fell off. I just saw him.
Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, he might come back on. So welcome to Live with JB. It's indeed a pleasure to have you on, Atiba.
Thanks for having me. And afternoon to you and your listening audience.
Thank you. So Atiba, where you born and grew? Where you from? Talk to the audience. Tell us.
Well, I am born and grew from Tobago, from the little village of Signal Hill. I grew up my whole life there. My mom is from Trinidad, actually. So I've been back and
Okay.
forth to Trinidad and
Okay.
Tobago. I live my whole life in Tobago, basically.
Okay. Nice. Hi, Mr.
That's
Mackenzie. Welcome to Live with JB.
Hi, JB. Good afternoon.
Good
Nice seeing you.
afternoon.
Nice.
Nice seeing you too. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay.
Mr.
Quite
Mackenzie, you're
enjoying it.
around. You're around. Y'all around anyway that y'all could get some light to your face.
Sure. Let me try and go more closer into some light.
All right.
Well, Atiba is in Tobago. No. He's in
Atiba
Trinidad.
and
I'm in
Tobago?
Tobago.
Oh,
No,
you in
he's in
Tobago
Yeah,
and
Trinidad.
correct.
Atiba in Trinidad. Yes, Atiba, that's a lot better.
Okay.
Nice. Daddy Mackenzie, nobody not there to help you?
Yes, I got in a little help.
Yeah, tell him just get a little light how Atiba got it just now in front of you. Yeah, all of that should work, man.
Okay, cool.
Nice, nice. Nice. So tell me, what I must say, it is so refreshing to see father and son working together and the father pass it on the indigenous tradition to his son. That is really, really amazing.
Yeah, it's quite important for us
Yeah, thanks.
to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So I noticed, go ahead, Daddy Mackenzie, where in Tobago you're born and grow?
I born at Lambo.
Mm,
I I'm at Lambo and presently living at Signal Hill for
okay.
about 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Big up Lambo and Signal Hill again. What is this that we talking about? So
Well, it's
I
the same.
noticed in
Yeah.
the pictures and in most of the all the pictures that I've noticed so far, I only see Daddy Clifton doing all the handiwork. Atiba, come on, talk to me. You know how to make scissor stick and grater?
Swizzle stick I could make. I'm not a master of it. To be truthful, I could make the swizzle stick like parts of it, but come to the carpentry work, he's the more skilled man. He does the graters. I is the more marketing manager. I has been more of the
Oh,
selling the product.
okay.
Yeah.
So Daddy Mackenzie, how long now you're in this business?
Well, I'm doing it could be about 35 or 6 years.
Wow.
Could be around
Wow.
there. I
Wow. And
started quite a long. Yeah,
you really stay committed to it.
yeah, because it's something given. To I have to say that because how I really started doing graters,
Right.
I started making coconut oil first,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I used to borrow my grater. So and I was
Oh.
not living in the house. So one day my conscience spoke to me and tell me if I am not shamed as a carpenter because I'm a carpenter by trade, and I should be ashamed to be borrowing a vibrator. So I follow
Oh.
my conscience. Well, I was about to make some coconut oil,
Mm-hmm.
so I found a tin, and the spirit tell me to make a grater
Go
and make the
ahead.
coconut oil. So I
Wow.
punch the grater, I make the coconut oil, and after I finish the oil, the spirit tell me, well, make some go in the market and sell the graters. So when I went in the market, there's an old lady, she used to sell pone and tart, and her
Oh.
daughter still do it. Audrey Sebro, her daughter still do it, but she died. Well, she told
Mm-hmm.
me that how I make the graters wrong, sell them out quick, and come back and let she tell me how to make the graters.
Oh
This was a
Lord.
big.
Wow.
So I dropped the price down and I sold out the few that I had. And I went back to and she told me that how I must start making punching the graters from in the center and go round and round and round and round. What I did, I
Oh.
had punched them. And she
Mm-hmm.
told me, well, look, is a nail I must use. I had used a small 2-inch nail. And she told me I must
Oh.
use a 2-inch nail. So I had to have the holes at a certain size. And she will
Right.
buy one when I get it right. So come back the next week. So when I
I
went back
like
the next
that.
week now, she said, no, you ain't get it yet. I
Oh
still
my
not buying
God.
any.
Oh
Don't give
God.
up. Don't give
Yeah.
up. While I'm doing this grater now, I find I punching slow. So I ask myself, I say, but how these Chinese people does work and work so fast? So the
Mm-hmm.
spirit tell me, boys, practice can make you develop speed.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you practice. And well, I went to the credit union, and the credit union had liked the idea, and they give me the money to purchase a whole sheet, a galvanized zinc sheet.
Okay.
So I do it in a more serious way. So I purchased the sheet and I start. So the third week I went to the market. She said, "Okay, right, you now meet." So she purchased one of the graters, and she continued making the graters. But lo and behold, the graters wasn't really supporting me the way I would have liked to be supported. So I was still doing my trade, and I will find time to do the graters. So when I had a certain amount, I went to Penny Savers in Canaan. That was in those days, Mr. Warner, when he just opened in Canaan, and he purchased some of the graters.
Mm-hmm.
But I only go to Mr. Warner when things harden me, then I go into Mr. Warner. So one day I went to Mr. Warner with some graters, and he called me. He said, "Come," and he had a gentleman side of him. He said, "I want to tell this young man something in front of you as no witness." He said, "Anytime you
Mm-hmm.
come in this supermarket and you see I have no grater, I will not be buying your graters because you only come in when you broken."
Oh God.
You know? So he said that I could become a millionaire for making the graters, but I
Mm-hmm.
come in when I broken. And when I
Yeah.
find some weekend or so, then I graters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I could continue with Mr. Warner's um, proposal. So I will sell graters. I will go around and I will retail my graters. And then
Mm-hmm.
one day I asked a lady in the market if she will buy some graters, and she purchased graters from me. And
Okay.
from then been wholesaling, more wholesale and retail. I stopped going to the streets and stuff like that. And I started doing wholesaling.
Oh, okay.
So
It's like a supply to other
right, and
businesses.
yeah, and
Yeah.
right now Viewport is one of the biggest. Viewport at
Okay.
Scarborough.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
support me quite.
Nice.
And
That's amazing.
yeah. Well, doing graters, I thought I should do some scissor sticks too. So I
Right.
started doing sticks, you know. I even was doing the wood tray, the long time wood tray.
Okay.
That I stopped doing that because my brother he used to he used to sell board. He used to cut trees, and so
Mm-hmm.
I used to order what size of board I want from him and stuff like that. But he come out of that business, and but the tray business was really going good too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh it's really just practicing
Yep.
or doing the things that you think you could, the small things, because I
Yeah.
went to trade school, carpentry and joinery. So
Yep.
the tutor always tell us sometimes the big things is big money, but if you do small things, you will get faster turnover because people could
True.
afford to do the
That's
small things.
right.
So
That's right.
you know, so, so I kind of hang in on the small things, and the greater do a lot for me, and I really like it. Atiba right now is trying to get a machine so he could do it in a much.
Yeah, Atiba, you had to carry on Daddy Mackenzie legacy.
Yeah. So
Yes, for sure. Right now, we're hoping to get through with a where we could actually help in the process of punching the graters.
Right. Okay.
If we get through with the machine, I mean, it will be much easier on my behalf to
Yeah.
actually have more production.
So, Atiba, since you are the marketing manager, give us your best sale pitch for the products.
Best sales, say that again.
I said, since you are the marketing manager, give us the best sales pitch for the products.
Um, well, I don't know, with the wholesale, serve
Mm-hmm.
reports with the wholesale to some people. You also wholesale to top of the line hardware.
Mm-hmm.
You also have where we live at Singland Hill, Burley Height, Chili Baby Thrift Shop is the name of the shop.
Yeah.
We also have my wife and all. She have a business. The name of her business is Rub That Flavors. It's at the
Oh
beginning of Faith
God, live
Chancel.
with JB, more of that flavor as well, and live with JB audience.
Yeah, she
Kidding,
well
kidding.
also she buys wholesale or stuff, well retail.
Yes, man.
So
Make up of that flavors.
yeah, well the best that we get is actually from Viewport for they do a much faster turnover.
Mm-hmm.
So Viewport is where we get most of our
So,
sales from.
Atiba, like in this day of, iPhones, blenders, microwave, and all manner of technology inventing, what make you all want to produce something so traditional?
Well, to tell you the truth, lots of people still depend on graters because
Mm-hmm.
the real chefs will know there's a difference between being blended and grated. The taste much different.
Ah,
So
true.
them is because the
Atiba,
stick and
speak
those
out.
stuff still have. You hearing me? Sorry.
You're freezing up a little bit.
Yeah, saying this.
Well, for me.
Oh,
Yeah, but go ahead. Go ahead, Atiba.
is that a lot of a lot of chefs still depend on the graters because there's a difference in the quality now when they blend and grate,
Yeah. So,
right?
how long?
And
How
also
long
the
does it take?
because actually where
Go
I'm at
ahead.
now in Trinidad, I have a pop-up shop, and
Right.
this was a 6 in the hand. I don't can realize.
Okay.
Here,
Yeah, it's just a little delay. Sticker getting with you a little bit. So, Daddy
oh,
Mackenzie, tell us how long it is take you have to make a Swiss stick or a grater.
Well, a scissor stick, a few minutes will make a scissor stick.
Mm, what, Papa
And
Laps?
a great stick, man, like, it depends on the size too. I have 3 different sizes.
Okay.
The best one will take me about 3/4 of an hour to
Mm-hmm.
punch,
Okay.
or
Wow.
let's say an hour and a half to complete,
Wow. Time
you
and
know.
dedication.
Yeah. But I really enjoy it because as Atiba was telling you that,
Mm-hmm.
it's a different quality in blending and in grating, if you grate a coconut, you get the
Mm-hmm.
juice out of it much, much, much more rich if you blend it,
True.
you know. More Tobago, well, the graters have gone all over the world because my wife was once living in America and she was working for a lady. And when she went to work for the lady had a grater and she could have known that that grater was my product
What
because
is
I how
this?
it. And
Wow.
my, it got all over England, all about people who, okay, like a Tobagonian will come to Tobago and they will want a
Mhm.
grater to take back with them. And
Yeah.
they know the use, so they always purchase a grater or stuff like that. So it's gone all over the world. It's only that it's not everyone who like to use grater because they believe that the grater will cut up the hand and all this kind of
Wow.
stuff. But the real
Yeah.
chefs and stuff like that, and they appreciate They appreciate it. Quite a lot of the people who do fudges and pone and tart and all these stuff like that, they like to use the graters, so they get, it keep a certain taste, you
Mm-hmm.
know, in the menus so I like doing it and I will like it to live on,
Of
because
course.
it has different things could come out of it,
Yep, I
if we
agree.
continue it, because punching in itself could at once a lady wanted a white lady, a Caucasian lady wanted to take me to Trinidad to do some punching, to make some mass, for some kind of
Okay.
mass
Oh,
something, just the whole like punching certain things. And some
wow.
people put waiter just to put over their light as a
Okay.
lampshade, you
Wow.
know,
Okay.
it on this Caucasian mister, he bought one and then he bought another and so I asked him, I said, how come you alone using so many graters?
Go ahead
And
and
then
talk, Daddy Mackenzie.
yeah, and then he told me, well, what he was using it to do. So in the sense of punching things, other things could come out of it, like lampshades and all this kind of stuff, Other things could come out of the art of punching. It could be greaters and more things, but for now it's greaters, you know.
Nice.
It
So
was
I hope those in
itself.
the diaspora are listening carefully.
Yeah.
So
Then I'm thankful.
Whew. Daddy Mackenzie and Atiba, could you tell the audience give them some information as to where, but I know you say Viewport has it, but more information as to if they could order it as well, it could be delivered to them, or where they could go and get it. So, and also you could tell us about the pop-up shop,
Tiva, go ahead.
where it is. Atiba, you're muted or something. I'm not here. We're not hearing you.
Sorry.
Let me Yeah.
Sorry, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we are hearing you now.
Yeah, I say besides Viewport, there's also Stumpy's located in
Okay.
Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
They also have in the market within the Scarborough market who have the graters who we supply.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also top of the line hardware in Scarborough. And
Mm-hmm.
my wife, we have a small business named Chili Baby Thrift Shop. It's located where we live in Burley Heights, Signan Hill. You can come there if you like. And also, if for the people who may wish to have it ordered, you could also follow us on Chili Baby Thrift Shop. You could send us a message on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could also have my number at 1-868-460-2935 or 1-868-730-4895. You could call us and have us or give us an order, and we'll try and ship it out to you wherever you're located. And we're
Mm-hmm.
right now in the currently trying we could find a market in Trinidad where we could distribute and who could have some greeters down here to distribute.
Awesome. So Atiba, where are you tuning in from currently? Are you in the market?
I'm currently at the Hyatt Regency where we have a pop-up shop.
Oh, that's where the pop-up shop is. Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm currently in the car park because of the noise where we may be
Yeah.
where the pop-up is. So I'm currently in the
Yeah.
car park.
Okay.
We have a pop-up shop where my wife and I have her products and I have my products.
Yeah, rub that flavor. Tell Katie, live with JB, send plenty love for her. Right? So let me just take this opportunity to say thank you to you, Atiba, and thank you to you, Daddy Mackenzie, for taking the time and coming on live with JB to display and showcase your products. This is indeed a pleasure and we do appreciate it.
Thank
So
you.
thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much
much.
to your audience.
You're welcome. You all are both welcome. Until next time again.
Okay, bye.
Okay, thank
Okay, bye bye. Have a good night. All right, guys. So there we had Atiba and Daddy Mackenzie. Y'all could go and get all the grater. You understand? All the swizzle stick. I can swizzle all the dal when I want to make all the dal, Miss Maria. Swizzle stick is for the dal, especially, man. Long, long ago, I saw my granny used to be when she making the dal with the scissor stick. And she just, I had to get a scissor stick for sure. And sizzle. No offense, say I young, but I like old school things. Even if I'm sick, I like old school remedies. I don't believe in all kind of thing in the drugstore either. So, big up Atiba and Daddy Mackenzie, and I do wish them all the best at their current pop-up shop that is taking place at the Hyatt. You understand? So, yeah. So, guys, let me let me now bring us Are We Walking Encyclopedia, Dr. Rita, to tell us a bit of the history of, the cocoa chocolate making, indigenous Tobago sweets, and indigenous kitchen tools, like, this was a stick and the grater that we just saw. So let's bring out Are We Walking, Breathing, Living Encyclopedia, Dr. Rita. Hi, Dr. Rita. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, JB. Long time no see.
It's a pleasure to have you back once more. And you look so beautiful with your hair out. First time I'm seeing your hair out.
Well, I have
Your
to
hair
try
always
something.
tie up.
Yes.
You look beautiful, man.
Well, thank
So,
you.
Dr. Rita, tell us a little bit about these sweets and these kitchen tools, a little history of it.
All right. Well, the kitchen tools. Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening, all listeners. Nice to be here again. Um, the tools all were developed to serve particular needs. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you look at how Tobago society developed after slavery was brought to an when slavery was brought to an end, you had to virtually make your own stuff. You couldn't buy a grater like that anyway. So people got creative, and you did have a number of skilled men who worked on the estate. So they used their skill at the end of enslavement to provide the items people wanted. Now, the tinsmiths, the men who worked tins, they were very important. Why? Not only because they provided the greeters, because people had to make a living, they used the coconut and the cassava, but cassava was always something that was consumed during enslavement. But after emancipation, the cassava was used to, and I would say manufacture. I use the word carefully, but they made starch. Now, you young people don't know about starch, but back in the day, clothes, I mean, there was nothing like spray starch. So what they did with the cassava, it was grated and then it was squeezed to get out the liquid, and the liquid was put to settle. And when it settled, what went to the bottom was the starch, and they would make that into balls, which was sold, and it was used to starch clothes. So the gentlemen wore khaki pants, and they had to be starched stiff and then properly ironed, and clothes, cotton clothes. And so everything was starched and well ironed, and seams were straight and so on. So that's why we have graters. To make callaloo, you had to, well, it was not the age of blenders, so you had to swizzle. And that is where the swizzle stick came in. That is how you got items to be brought to the state that you wanted to work with. And everybody would say, callaloo in a blender is not really callaloo. You need real callaloo is done with a swizzle stick. But I want to come back to the tin smiths, because not only did they make greater and items like swizzle sticks, but every item that came to the country came usually in a bag like flour, or a can like milk. So the tinsmiths would take the tins after you've used the milk, and they will make a handle and attach it to that tin. So those tins became very important household items. They were cups. So people would use them to make their chocolate tea, right? And to serve their children. Those were very, very important. The tinsmith would make baking tin, baking sheets, and so on. Everything to use up the material that was available. So all the sort of cottage industries and the little businesses that were generated after emancipation were heavily dependent on the skills of these tinsmiths making these items. So I am glad to see that these items have been resuscitated. I have a grater, but I tell you, I made one attempt on that thing and it's like a weapon. So I have not gone back to it, but I have it in my kitchen. And I will get a Swiss stick as well. So the other thing is the candies, the sweets and the candies. Those form a very important part of the history of Tobago, and particularly for women in business, because when enslavement was ended, the job opportunities that existed were on the estates, still on the estates. And it wasn't until the sugar industry really died that alternatives were explored.
Wow.
And the women who did not want to work on the estates did things at home. They grew little crops, but what they also did was to make items from what was produced in their little gardens, and the gardens that their husbands and sons and so on kept. So one of the things they did was to make candies with
Wow.
the various items: sugar cake,
Wow.
fudge, tulum. You know,
Hmm.
tulum. All those were means of survival. And after emancipation, it was a common thing to see women with trays of goodies, candies, cakes, benebol, sweet bread, and everything. That starch cake, that is one that we hardly see now. They will make these things tarts, starch cake, and candies, and they would fill trays and they will go pass through the town and sell them to people. They will pass through the villages. In some places, they walk long distances to the estates. Like, for example, people from in the Bethel area walked to Mount Irvin to sell to the workers there. So it was really, it was not just a history of making these things. Behind the history was the need to survive and what the women did to make a living to support their families. And when the public services started employing, they employed mostly male. Few women were employed. It was considered a degrading thing to have a woman working on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And so the few who were so penurious that they needed to do something would be used on the road to move, like when there's a landslide and there's dirt across the road that had to be cleaned up. So women with trays would carry that dirt from on the road and throw it wherever the supervisor said it should be thrown. And for repairing roads, women with trays would go down to the rivers and men would fill the trays with rocks, and women will carry that on the trays on their heads to the areas where the roads were being repaired. So the whole small business for women developed around making the traditional sweets and candies that are so very popular up to now. And the other part of it comes from the cocoa industry, um, the cocoa tea that we have all been accustomed to. Um, well, the chocolate tea, I should say. Um, It developed when the sugar industry was dying. In Tobago, the sugar industry we had gone through a long, painful death, but the planters who were the landowners were not anxious to get into anything else. They were holding on very steadfastly to sugar cultivation. So the first bag of cocoa that was produced when it was evident that sugar was dying, and some people started drifting into the cocoa business. And what the government did was to encourage, especially after 1888, to encourage migration of Grenadians who had already developed a cocoa industry to help develop one in Tobago. So the first bag of cocoa that was produced was in 1876, just one. And this is just to give you an indication of how slow the industry developed. Then the next set of bags, 14 in all, was sent out in 1881. After that, it began to grow 1884, but the 1880s was the period when the sugar industry really crashed out of existence. So by 1888, we have 147 bags of cocoa. Now, the cocoa was measured. A bag of cocoa was worth a faniga. Fanega. That was the weight, how cocoa was measured. One fadiga was 110 pounds, right? So it wasn't, well, it's translated now into pounds, but you gauge how much you had to sell by how many fadigas you produced. Types of cocoa. Well, Trinidad and Tobago became famous for producing a cocoa that was of high quality and that was considered very refined. So the market was good for Trinidad cocoa because of its fine taste. And well, we know that the cocoa that was popular was called the Trinitario. There's Trinitario and Criollo, but Trinitario was the one that garnered the market because of its taste. Now, the thing with the cocoa is that it's a very laborious crop. And so when it was introduced, it was produced mainly in the hilly areas, Tobago, windward side of Tobago, and small parts of leeward Tobago, but mainly windward Tobago, where there are hills and so on, drainage. Cocoa has to be properly drained, and also had to be properly sheltered. So you will find in a cocoa estate a lot of immortal trees because those were used as shade trees, and gliricida. Those were the shade trees that were used. And what else could we say about cocoa? Oh, so I was saying it is a laborious production to make this chocolate and cocoa. So a cocoa, when you pick cocoa, it had to be sweated. And when you pick cocoa beans, and they have these big baskets. If people have donkeys, would put the basket on the donkey. Otherwise, somebody would have to carry the baskets on their head. It is very heavy, but you have to put the cocoa to sweat. So you put piles of cocoa, and then they used to cover it over with some leaves and leave it there to sweat. And that sweating process took off the part of the cocoa that you would eat if you eat the beans. If you open a cocoa, you see this nice, it is very nice. And so that had to be sweated off. And then the cocoa is dried, and then it's danced. When we have Heritage Festival, the cocoa dancing is demonstrated in Charlottesville. Cocoa dancing is quite an art. I mean, JB, you need to try that.
I want to. I've seen many videos of it.
Right. You can't stand on that thing because it's not easy. But what dancing was important because what it did is to give you an even bean. The cocoa bean was graded when it was being sold. And so if you have an evenly brown bean, then that will attract the highest price. And if it is sort of dented in the center, well, no, that is not flush. So that is not high grade cocoa. So people sought to produce the cocoa and get the highest prices that would be available. But then two things happen. One, cocoa disease, which is broom, black pod, hit the industry. But secondly, and more important, is that because there was so much demand for cocoa, the demand for cocoa had to be with the development of the tea habit in Europe and tea was accompanied by biscuits, and flavored biscuits became very fashionable. Chocolate for icing and so forth. But in order to make more money, remember Trinidad and Tobago is still a colony, the British government introduced cocoa into West Africa. Ghana, for example. Now, the size of Ghana and the amount of cocoa it could produce, but there's nothing like that was possible in Trinidad and Tobago. As a result, people went for the ordinary cocoa produced in Ghana and West Africa, and they bought small quantities of Trinidad cocoa to enhance the flavor. And so the market for Trinidad and Tobago crumbled, where that for Ghana increased significantly. So that's the story of the cocoa industry. So by 1920s,
Awesome.
the cocoa industry died out. But the peasants in Tobago, the small producers, were very important in its production, and many people earned considerable incomes from cocoa and cocoa-related activity.
Yeah. All right, Dr. Rita. So thank you for giving us all this information on all these sweet, nice things we love to eat and partake of. And Miss Elliot, yes, I see you in the comments saying nice information, Dr. Rita. It is indeed nice information, good information, because your princess get a sweet tooth. Well, plenty sweet tooth there, not just one. So we're going to so thank you for such really meaningful, powerful information. But we're going to transit into back to our Ghanaian roots with Kaji Wave Solutions, and all you don't know are we Doctor of History. So let me invite Miss Lyons out. And before I invite Miss Lyons out, all I know is how to drop a little tune. You understand?
Islands in the sun, islands in the fun. Welcome, welcome one and all to the land of death. Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. When they come to Bacchanal, well, they can't beat we at Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. Look, sweet woman parade abundantly. The brethren, they full of energy. Some people say God is a Trini. Paradise are not convincingly. God gave us a spirit fiery, but nothing in the world about we. But look at smart man gone with we money. We still come out and mash up the party. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love of this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love of my country. Sweet, sweet TNT. All this sugar can't be good for me. Oh, from Coco to Caroni. Oh, Marabal to Sanssouci. Oh, from Scarborough to Cocorie. Oh, profiling on Frederick Street. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love of this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love.
All right, solid. I know. Let me bring out Miss Lyons. Hello, Miss Lyons. Where are you? Welcome on, Miss Lyons.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening,
Good
Dr.
evening, Miss
Rita
Lyons.
and
Hi, good
JB.
evening.
I am just
Good
loving
evening.
all that indigenous, all that Tobago history, and those guests telling the story like it is in modern times, in today's times, right, Dr. Rita? About our sweets, and then about our the chocolate from the cocoa, and then you giving us this deep insights to so much about our past and our origin, our roots, our roots. So it's one of the things that, well, Dr. Rita, you know that we are on this mission
Yes.
for all of us to reconnect and unite under that oneness of our deep, deep roots, our African roots that we have all emerged from. And so when I sit and I listen to, well, JB has where she, couple of her guests there, and you could see that both of them, all of them, well, in fact, all three of them speaking about the legacy,
Yeah,
passing on the
passed
legacy that,
down. Yes.
Tantri's chocolates. And then we have Shanice with her amazing Tobago sweets and
Sweets.
really setting up each of her sons to carry on the traditions. And then, of course, Daddy Mackenzie and his son. It is just really, really refreshing to listening and to really take stock, because Dr. Rita, you might be able to say is one of the things that I think has us a bit disconnected, is not being able to really identify with some of those rich cultural roots that we have. And because we are in a space now of plenty information and things coming, you find that when we don't do things like these, when we don't connect with people like some of these entrepreneurs who are looking to keep the traditions going, when we don't connect with someone like you who's into the history, who you have deeply studied it, you know what has come from what, and it's always so much to learn, especially for somebody like me. I mean, I was an anti-history person at school. I didn't anything to do with the literature and the history. Count me out. It was all about science and maths for me. And so it's like I get so much out of these um episodes. And
Right.
it's one of the things that I trust, that and some of the feedback we get from persons, like today I was on to a meeting with some folks out in the US, and we were having a similar conversation. The whole thing of what is the glue that will hold us together. And the more I sit through these sessions with you, Dr. Rita, is the more I see a lot of the glue, a lot of the glue, a lot of the things that
Right.
enriched us.
One of the problems has been that history was not attractive to students because, one, it was not the subject for the bright people. The bright people went to science. That's the first thing. Secondly, that history was just boring stuff, a lot of dates,
Boring stuff,
a lot of
man.
dates, and
One book.
it had to do a lot had to do with people's perception of what history is, and then what
No,
we
I
found
value it so
happening.
much more.
No, so it was not value, and then for a long time we didn't teach our own history. We were
Right.
taught the history of Europe, the history of England, King Henry VIII and his wives and that kind of stuff. So that didn't give us. And the other thing that really happened to us was the perception that some of the things we did were poor people things. And when you
Yes,
became
yes.
developed, you moved out of that. So you don't bother to grade, you blend. You don't
Mhm.
bother to.
And I can put my hand up on that, because my mother always said, and she knew, she knew from the taste of the food, if you gave her something that had blended coconut milk in it, if you gave grated coconut milk in it, she knew the taste.
Yes,
Believe
it's
you me.
different. It is
So it's
different.
really vastly different. So it's all to say this, that I am really, really enthralled. I love the history segments, and I want to just really say this journey, and a special to you and JB for this platform and having us here where we could be exchanging. And we have so much more to come insofar as bringing a lot of us back to our roots. So as I say that, I just want to thank JB for this time, and I will go straight into this segment now. We always have our Catch the Wave segment, where we
Yes.
will talk a little bit about the Pride of Tobago Foundation for this one, and about us finding our Bago roots. So, but before, I want to just say, I will just share a little insight. You all know that JB is sweet, sweet, sweet. She talk about this evening is all about the sweets. And so we have some lovely gifts
Miss
and from
Lyons,
our
excuse me 1 minute.
show.
Okay, no, just to let you know, I pull up the flyer and my screen was kind of frozen with it. So could you just tell me when to pull it up? Because
Sure,
it kind of
sure.
given me
Yes.
a little problem
Yeah,
here.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, no problem.
So
Thank you. All right.
we can go into this segment now. It's all about, so you can bring up that now, and I will share the flyer and the routes. And so I will thank Dr. Rita for being here. And so I will go into a bit of what we're gonna have for Find Our Bago Roots. Dr. Rita, it's all about connecting with people from the diaspora. We want to reconnect. We are saying that the Pride of Tobago Foundation, as we've said before, is a non-profit organization, and we are really committed to preserving, promoting, and paying forward the riches of our Tobago roots. That's basically it. And this is why these shows and our young talent, entrepreneurial talent, that we are seeing diving into a lot of what is part of our tradition means so much and is so powerful. So we are now inviting persons. We know that they tell us, we know one has a count. I wish someone had a count as to exactly how many of us are out there in the diaspora. It is said it is way beyond the number that is actually on the island now.
That's
So we
true.
are saying for us to really, really enjoy our riches, blessed that we have been blessed with because of our roots, that we are now launching what we want to call our Back to Bago Roots movement, where we are asking people to just connect by subscribing today. It's all there. You can take a shot of the flyer, or you can also WhatsApp us at 868-391-6101. Or, of course, you can email at hello@teapotfoundation.org. Out of that, when we say that, anyone, once you have any inkling of Tobago roots, you are part of this community. You are part of the family. As we say in Tobago, all are we is one family. And so we want to be in touch with all our family, no matter where you are at this time in the globe. The Pride of Tobago Foundation, Teapot as we call it, is inviting everyone to just connect with us. Of course, one of the things we're going to ask you, this is about preserving and paying the true onion birthright. That is something, they used to say, are we navel string buried in our yard, right? We're talking about our navel string. We're talking about all the linkages we have. We're talking about those of us who have gone off to Trinidad. We're talking about those who live further afield. We're talking about those who have our children who may have been born outside of Tobago, but they are still rooted in Tobago. So we're asking everyone to join in. And of course, we want those of us who would have left the shores a long time ago, please, when you are subscribing, let we know your band Tobago name, okay? Let me know how you're born to be good. Somebody gonna have some handle, some title, some Mrs., some Ochu Ochu Kachu, whatever, who's a Japanese now. So join the movement, and this is where we are going to pass on our traditions. We are going to enjoy and uplift what is Tobago, Tobagonian, and that has been passed on to us, our African heritage. It's about us reconnecting, rejuvenating, re-enjoying all that is Tobago and our birthrights. The richness, our wealth, I will say it again, our true wealth as Tobagonians is deeply, deeply rooted on the island of Tobago. As far as you may traverse, the true wealth of our Tobagonians is rooted in Tobago. More so because, as I have learned so much out of Dr. Rita in these months, over the months, as we said, this is our anniversary month, we're in our 1-year anniversary, that tells us what our African heritage means as far as who we are. That's our true riches. The slaves that came here and what they have left behind, what they have actually blessed Tobago with, that historical legacy that they have left behind. It's part of our inheritance and it is part of our wealth. So we want to enjoy, we want to invite and enjoy every person who has one little drop of the Tobago blood in them. This is about your roots. This is about you connecting. This is about us building Tobago, paying forward for the generations to come so that Tobago can take its rightful place. We know we have the political situation to address certain issues, but as a people with our deep roots here, we can make Tobago. So again, we want to ask people, and to qualify, you need to reply. I have again crafted by the hands. So JB, if you can just take down the flyer so I can show our audience our box of goodie sweets, handcrafted and made. So she can take the flyer down and I can share with them that you will qualify to win their number of exciting giveaways, and all indigenous. We offer you a vacation experience package for those of you who will fly in. We offer you the handcrafted sweets and some of what the Mackenzies can make. So here you have it, your box of goodies, a handmade candle, again, and of course all your sweets, your indigenous sweets, chocolates included here. So we have a couple of these to give away. So just join the movement, back to roots, back to Bago roots, 2022 and beyond. So that's what I want to share. And of course, just to remind people that, again, look out for our vacation packages. Look out for more of our history from Dr. Pemberton, Dr. Rita Pemberton. She is one of our icons. I know she is very modest and she will not, but believe you me, we have a number of icons right out of Tobago, born, bred, that will stand head and shoulders above any international individual with respect to the works that they have produced, the works they have contributed globally. And Dr. Rita Pemberton is one of those. I call him Lord Nelson, our professor, Robert Nelson, another son of the soil who has taken the name of Tobago, I mean, as far as you can think, and he's still out there. He's still out there. So I just want to close by saying again, remember, let us support our Tobago roots. Any and everything and everyone who is rooted in Tobago. I want to especially thank JB for being such a great host, taking us, bringing on these guests, showing the Tobago talents. I mean, she is one of our adopted, or whatever it is we want to call her, and we have a number of them. I mean, Miss Carlina with her Dominican roots, and she didn't share. We all know she's all part of the family now. Her husband is from Tobago, and she is able to take one of our traditions and bring it to life, to be producing these custom-made, handcrafted, roasting the cocoa on the coal pot.
Yes.
On the coal pot to produce. And if we understand the people who really, and Dr. Rita can tell you, the foreigners who come across those traditions are blown away when they witness it. And so I just want to say we are standing very proud. The pride of Tobago says it all. We are proud to be Tobagonians. We are proud of our African heritage. We are proud of all of our skills and artisans and everyone across the globe, the diaspora who has been making Tobago proud. We just want to say, welcome back to our roots, and let's keep those roots stronger than ever. We know that the silk cotton tree and those powerful trees and the saman tree and the tamarind tree and all those trees that are really powerful, powerful symbols of who we are as a people. So I just want to again thank JB for having us here. Dr. Rita, we are going to be back on having some more conversations, sharing Trinidad. We just want our Trinidadian family, those, and I think most of us are related by now, even across the in Trinidad, because of how we have now have all the mix and everything going back and forth. So those of you who in Trinidad, join us to be part of our Bago roots, back to our Bago roots movement, so that we can support and further enrich Tobago, the island that means so much to this part of the world. And so we are here to champion that and to work with everyone. So JB, again, I want to say thank you. Love you. Love the show. Love your guests this evening. Most of all because there's chocolate and ginger nut cake in the mix. I'm loving myself. And I don't have to tell you that I've already placed my orders, right?
Oh God.
Oh,
You know
gosh.
I'm a chocolate addict. I'm a
You're
chocolate
not
addict.
sticking at all.
Ginger nut cake fanatic. So with that,
That's it. You're gone.
right up there.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Dr. Rita and Miss Lyons.
Okay. Thank you. Good night.
Our two sisters, Dr. Rita, we are the Bago sisters.
Yes. Right.
All right, guys. So just want to say to you all, this is where the show have come to an end. What a successful show in such a bad weather we are having currently in Tobago. I'm not sure the whole of Tobago experiencing this bad weather, but Scarborough side, yeah, it's bad. Anyhow, I just want to say thank you so much for all of our guests. Sweet and sassy Shanice, aka Tom, local Bago chocolates, Queen Carolina, Tonche chocolates. God, of them voice are go. It want to go. And we also had thank you to Bago Kitchen Craft Masters, Mr. Clifton and Mr. Atiba Mackenzie, father and son. Big up all yourself. Understand? I just want to say thank you again for all our viewers, our everyday viewers. You all are here every week, every Friday. You all don't miss a show. Just want to say thank you very much, Miss Elliot. Thank you so much. Thank you. I should bow, Miss Elliot. Say I'm a really good host. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And I saw Miss Donna was in as well. A special good evening to you, darling. I want to wish you all a blessed weekend, a blessed and safe weekend. Stay safe. Love you all. Can't wait to see you all next week, Friday, same time, same place. And me love all you. Take care of all yourself. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Bye.
This old man from Ohio spent a holiday in Scarborough. Time up, he want to go. Why, brother, I really don't know. Immigration told the old man, you're now a prohibited immigrant. Listen, sire, the time expire. We would like to know where you really want. He said, all them Tobago girl. Tick, tick, tick like a new sponge ball. Them from Mason Hall. Easy at all, pretty as a doll. Me, I love them sweet Tobago girl. seen east, west, north, and south. I have seen women all about, but they cannot compare with these you have done here. When they walk in, background shaking, pretty teeth and eyes that just seem to glow. What they eating, what they drinking, how them looking, so I would like to know. All them Tobago girl, sweet, sweet, sweet like a Kaiser ball. Borrows you could call, or ring Interpol. Me ain't going at all, 'cause I love them sweet Tobago girl. Take your own two hands to shape the big old man. So much beauty all around me. This place has my heart controlling my head. Deportation is no solution. Give me permission to stay till I'm dead. All them Tobago girls, nice and wrong like a ball. Do me money small, I go walk ball just to give them all, 'cause I love them sweet Tobago girls. Incarcerate a man with honorable intention. Your country is pure bliss for a polygamist. Oh, what rapture, the thrill of capture. Robinson Crusoe was the smartest man. I see hope here, this is utopia. Perfectly ideal, try and understand. All them Tobago girls, trim with vim, which is so vital. Anytime they call, if I have to crawl like a old football, I'm rolling straight to my Tobago girl.